Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm the NLP Master Practitioner and Hypnotherapist and Wellbeing Coach. This video is a tutorial for you to do in your own time, where you're going to look at the satisfaction levels of your life. This is a really helpful tool to get a snapshot of where you are currently in different areas of your life. And this is something that I would do with clients if I needed to. There's so many things you can do with clients, but if there's something I needed to do, this helps give myself and the client information of where they are in their life, and then you can make a plan and coach them through moving them forward to get them to the place where they want to be. And just on the coaching subject, a lot of people say, well, I don't know where I want to be, or I'm unsure of where I want my life to go. And that's the power of NLP coaching. It helps you to really use your internal representations to get clear on the things that you do want. And for some people, it's as simple as they don't want to be feeling the way that they're feeling. That's where NLP comes in, because you can change those internal experiences to improve how you're feeling very quickly, very rapidly. And in the clinics that I run, I do clinic style appointments. You come in, we work together and look at the things that are getting in your way. Look at the things that are keeping you stuck or holding you back in your life. And just to undo those things, or to be able to live and cope with those things with tools and techniques that allow you to feel better, that allow you to think better, and that allow you to then have a more positive outlook on your life. So if you are stuck with uncertainty over what it is that you're doing with your life, or if you're in a place where you don't want to be feeling anxious or you don't want to be feeling unconfident, NLP can work for you very, very quickly, and it lasts. I'm going to give you a personal example before we move on to the exercise of my own training. When I was training in NLP years ago, about 6 years ago, I worked on one of my own experiences. Was when I was a child, probably around 10 years old. A dog went to attack me. I was just walking down the street, a dog went to attack me, and growing up through my teenage years, I was always fearful. My friends know this. I was always fearful of dogs. And so I'd always cross the road and move away from them. Or sometimes I'd turn direction, just to get away from dogs. I'd never go to parks. I was really scared of dogs. And it got better over the years, but there was always this underlying nervousness when I'd see a dog out in the street. If I'd go to someone's house and they had a dog, it was just an experience that I didn't want to have. So I worked on changing my fear for dogs on my NLP training, and it was all about going into myself, using the exercises, the tools and techniques to change the internal experience, because we all have memories of experiences that link us back to, that create feelings in our present life. And every time that you think of a memory, that memory changes. And you might not know that that's happening, but every time you're remembering something, we change and we alter our memories. So it could have been that with the experience with the dog, I was getting more scared or it was getting more fearful, but I was able to change the internal experience for the better, which allowed me to be more comfortable around dogs. And I didn't realize the lasting change. Yes, I was happier around dogs and I'm, more comfortable with them now. But I realized it about a week ago, because I was working with a client and she had a new dog. And as I arrived to work with her, the dog went to attack me. So it was a new dog. It had been flown over from abroad. It was in a new space. It was obviously nervous and anxious, and the dog went to attack me. And I moved back and she pulled the dog back. And, the situation was fine, but I think it was 2 days later, I kind of just looked into myself and thought, well, let me see what's going on with that experience that I've had this week. And lo and behold, the experience as a memory was really dominant. It was really strong and it was really present. So I didn't want fear to build up, because I knew that experience, as it was being playing back in my mind, was really strong. So I did some NLP work on myself to change and to control the situation and to step back and to look at it from different angles and change the internal experience so that it was less powerful and I felt the immediate shift. But what was really interesting for me, which I'd not experienced before, was my memory brought up the dog from when I was 10 years old. And the memory of that dog was frozen. and it was in the situation, it was a visual memory changed to how I changed it on my NLP training around about 6 years ago. So I wouldn't have realised or known that that change in work that I'd done on my NLP training for my experience as a 10-year-old had lasted and had stayed there powerless. I was in control. I'd taken the power away from it. I'd done one session on it, but that 10-year-old experience had changed and had got better. And it's almost like I needed to see and have this experience a week ago with the client's dog to work on my mind to see how effective this change work can be. So there's so much you can do with your mind and so much you can achieve quickly and instantly just by working with a practitioner or coach to get in to how your mind is wired up, how you're having your internal experiences, the types of things that you're seeing, the thoughts that you're thinking, which are always going to be dictating how you're feeling. And also looking at that inner voice. What is it saying? Or who are you hearing? Is it yourself? Is it someone else that's talking and telling you that you're not good enough, or that it's not going to work, or that is causing you anxiety? We have so much going on within us on a daily basis. And NLP really helps you to deal with those things, those experiences internally in a positive manner. Okay, so that's just my little share with you, my experience of NLP and how fast it can work. And I wanted to share that because the experience was so fresh from last week with this dog. So what we're going to do now is, with your sheet of paper, you will need a sheet of paper. You might need a ruler if you want to be precise and neat. You don't have to be. You can do this really quickly if you want. And you're going to need a pen to do it, to draw it all out, the table that we're going to do. And if you need, you can get a felt tip, a colour, a highlighter, or you don't have to have that. Just one pen is fine. So we're going to do something now called the satisfaction matrix. We're going to take a snapshot of where you are currently in your life. We're going to look at 9 different areas, and this is something you can apply to your life and help you just get a reflection of where things are so that you can look at how things can now change. Okay, stage 1 that we're going to work on now for the satisfaction matrix. All you need to get is a piece of paper, blank piece of paper, and you're going to draw 4 columns down the piece of paper. The first column that you need to draw, I'm using my ruler, the first column that you need to draw needs to be quite wide, not too wide. I'll show you. So you can have that down one side. That's where you're going to write subjects like life, relationships, career, physical health, goals, all things like that. That's going to go down that section. So that's column 1. 2, 3, and 4 don't need to be as wide. So I would just split the rest of your paper down equal as you can. So you're going to end up with 4 columns. Okay? 4 columns. Actually, if I did it that way, you might be able to see better. Yeah, 4 columns. So your column here, that's where you're going to write your subject titles. Then you've got 1, 2, 3 other columns, okay? Give yourself a second or two to do that. You don't have to do it very neatly. Just use your pen, your ruler. And then from that section, just draw across the top. I'll show you quickly. Let's just say that this is the heading bar, header bar even. So you're going to put your headers there. So 4 columns, and then across the top, just do a header bar where in the first column you're going to write subjects, and that's the areas which is going to go down, okay? You're going to have subject at the top left hand corner of your piece of paper, okay? Column 1 after subject, you're going to write in, I'm going to use pen because you'll see it clear instead of the marker pen. You're going to write dissatisfaction in column 1. Okay, where's the light? There you go, dissatisfaction. So you've got subject, dissatisfaction. Then you're going to have, in the middle column, you're going to write in the middle. Literally, in the middle. The last column is called completely fulfilled. So at the top, can you see that? Is the light too much? At the top, you're going to have 4 columns. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, so subject, dissatisfaction, in the middle, and completely fulfilled. That's what you need. I'll write this up on the screen at the same time. But you just need 4 headings. Okay, in dissatisfaction, write 0%. In the middle, you write 50%. And completely fulfilled, you write 100%. Okay, they're your headers. So going down the page, now I want you to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 columns across. So you're going to end up with a piece of paper like that, but you've got your headings at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All the way down. Use your ruler or just space them out from the top, going down, and we're going to fill in these columns looking at various areas of your life. So this is just the setup. All you need to do is follow this, pause it and rewind if you need to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is just the setup. So if you draw out your columns and get your headings in, you can do this as quickly as you need to. You should end up with a piece of paper like that. From the left side, your left corner saying subject, and then saying dissatisfaction. Then in the middle, you're going to have in the middle and then completely fulfilled. Okay? You can either pause if you need to and restructure and get your columns together. But when you're ready, your 1, 2, 3, your 9 columns down, these are the subjects that you're going to put in. These are the subjects of your life that we're going to look at. Okay, this is a bit slow because I would have, if it's a coaching session, I'd have all this ready and you just come in and you would do it. But this is just to give you an example of this tool that you can use. So under subject, column, row number 1. Under subject. If you're ready, that's where we're heading now. So if you're not ready, pause. And if you're ready, let's continue. Under subject, in row 1, I want you to write current job, profession, or career. So we're going to be looking at your job, your profession, or your career. That area, your working life. So you write current job, profession, or career. Okay? Row number 2, personal relationship. This is your best personal relationship. So it's one with a partner. The relationship that you're currently in. Or if you're not in a relationship, you can think about, because it's good to get a snapshot and reflection, your best personal relationship that you've had. Okay? So row 1 is job, profession, career. Row 2 is personal relationship. Okay? So you know, personal relationship. Area 3 that we're going to look at is family, and whatever that means to you. So family. So it can be your close family, maybe it's just your parents or you, or if you're a parent, you could be looking at you, your husband, your kids, or your wife, your kids. You're looking at family, or you could look at the whole package of your family. Okay? Underneath family, the next row down is money and finances. Okay, so just write in money and finances. And then going underneath that, it's physical health, diet, and exercise. Okay, we're having a full snapshot of your life. So your list is going to continue down. So you've got money and finances, physical health, diet, and exercise. Under physical health is mental health and emotional well-being. Okay, so filling in that part of the subject column, mental health and emotional well-being. And then the next column down is friends and / community. So you can just look at both, or you can look at one, friends, social life, friends / community. That's what I've written in there. Underneath friends, you're going to have ongoing education / personal growth / if you want to, spiritual growth. Okay? Ongoing education slash spiritual growth slash personal growth, whatever you want to put into there in terms of learning. And then the last column here is going to be hobbies, fun, travel, and enjoyment. So we're looking a bit more at a wider range of things there. Hobbies, fun, travel, and enjoyment. Okay. Pause there if you need to. If you're unsure on any of the subjects we're looking at, just go back and fill them out. But otherwise, that's what you should have from the top. It should be current job, career, profession, underneath personal relationship, then family, money and finances, physical health, diet and exercise, mental health and emotional well-being, friends, community, ongoing education, personal growth, spiritual growth, hobbies, fun, travel, and enjoyment. Now, you might have, well, you should have, space at the bottom and an empty box if you've done your 9 columns. Don't worry if you haven't. You can do it without. But if you have, you can write anything, any area of your life that you want to write in there. I want to look at, because I'm going to do this based on me, where I am presently. I'm doing sense of adventure. Sense of adventure. So anything you might want to look at. Goal, you might want to put future goal. That's something that you want to achieve. It might be something that you want to accomplish. It might be something that's really important to you. What's important to you in your life that we haven't covered, from job, personal relationship, friends, money, what else is important? If you want to, you can place it in there. So this is how this works. You've got your subjects, and then we've got the level that you're at. 0%, dissatisfaction, dissatisfied. In the middle, 50%. Okay? The next column is completely fulfilled, 100%. So what you would do, you use this tool to look at where you currently are today, now, in your life, where you are in regards to the subject. So when you're looking at current job, profession, or career, if you're dissatisfied with your current job, your profession, or your career, you have to rate it from 0 to 100%. So if you're dissatisfied, I would say, let's say if you're 20% happy in what you're doing in your career, I hope you're not, I hope you're really happy doing what you're doing, but you would just do a mark at 20%. Okay? So you can just draw a line down at 20% or 30%. Or 40, wherever. If you're in the middle, if you're 50% or 45, wherever, you just do your mark at 50. If you feel completely fulfilled, it might even be that it's 80, 90. That's where you do your line for your current job, your profession, your career. So you go along and you choose. Think about where you currently are now in your life with your profession, career. Are you dissatisfied, in the middle, or completely fulfilled? And that's where you make your mark, okay? Then once you've done that, and you might want to write the number of percentage. So I would do a line going down. So I'm going to show you my current job. I would say I'm around about 85%. Now, I'm going to put a line where I see 85% and I'm writing 85%. That's because I'm quite low. 85% is happy, right? It's fulfilled in career and job. But why I'm not doing it 100% is because I know that there's so many things that I want to do still and want to achieve. That's why I'm giving myself that room there. I'm really completely fulfilled in what I'm doing, but there's still more. So that's why I'm giving it 85%. If you feel fulfilled, give it 100, okay? Give yourself an idea, a snapshot of where you are with your career. Then move down through all of them. So personal relationship. Your current personal relationship, think about how satisfied you are. Dissatisfied, in the middle, or completely fulfilled. If you're not in a personal relationship now, think about your best personal relationship that you've had. If you've not had a long-term relationship, think about a personal friendship and then give that a mark, because it's how you're interacting with people as well. If you're not doing it as a personal relationship, it's a friendship, I want you to mark it there. So go across Look at the 3 columns and see how satisfied you are in your personal relationship, and just draw the line down. Where you've drawn the line, write the percentage that you're at. If you're 45%, draw the line at 45, write 45. Work your way now down through the list. Family, what does that mean to you? Think about that area of your life. Go across. Are you dissatisfied with your relationships in your family, with your interactions? Are you in the middle? Are you completely fulfilled? Go across and draw that line. And when you've drawn that line, write the percentage across. Okay? Moving down to money and finances, where you currently are now, today, with your money, your finances. Are you dissatisfied? Are you in the middle, or are you completely fulfilled financially? Have a look at where you are. Don't think about it too much, just be honest. This is a tool to help you look at these areas of your life. And then at the end of this, I'm going to show you how this works. So going through, write the percentage of the money and the finances, where you are. Move down to your physical health, your diet, your exercise, how you're feeling each day in your body, what's going on with your health, and then where are you, dissatisfied, in the middle, or completely fulfilled? And then write the percentage as you go down and go across. Okay, move down to mental health and emotional well-being. Think about it. Which column are you more towards percentage-wise? Dissatisfaction? Are you in the middle? Are you completely fulfilled mentally, emotionally, your well-being? Okay, once you've done that, write your percentage. And then as you're going down, so it should just look like that, lots of different lines with percentage numbers, okay? Move down to friends and community, your social life. Where are you with your friends, your friendships, your community, your social life? Dissatisfied, in the middle, completely think about the percentage that you're on, draw your line, write the number. Ongoing education, personal growth and spiritual growth, where are you there? Okay, I want you to find that line across those columns, where you are in terms of your satisfaction, write down the percentage. Okay, and then hobbies, fun, travel and enjoyment. Okay, so I want you to think about the hobbies in your life, the fun, the travel, the enjoyment, and find how satisfied you are. Make your mark and write your percentage. And then I've got my last one. I hope you had space for your last one. If you didn't, you do it on the back if you want to, or you can stop there. Mine was Sense of Adventure. And I'm going to do my mark and write the percentage. So you'll end up with a piece of paper with lots of different marks, with percentages of the areas of your life. Now what you do then, for those areas, you get your colouring pen, so have it in a different colour. I'm using pink, so hopefully you'll see it on the video. And as neatly as you want, or as quickly as you want, you go to the line and place the colour going down the line. Okay? So down the percentage line. So for the first one, current job, profession, career for me is at 85%. And then box colour the lines. So basically, that whole first row column, I would start with doing a box in colour. Because you're going to see how fulfilled you are in those areas, how satisfied you are. If you want then, as neatly or as quickly as you want, just colour it in. It's going to look like a graph, like a chart, and it's going to show you the levels. It's going to really help you reflect on the levels. So 85% looks like that, coloured in. Okay, so you just colour it in. Yep. Move down through all of them. So then you go on to personal relationship, draw a line first. Draw a line around, like you just did, around the box, and then fill it in. Okay, so you're going down. You can pause the video if you want to while you're doing this, but you're just going through these different sections, colouring in. Okay, and then go down to the next box. So I'm now on family, and this is where you'll start to see, as you're colouring them in, different levels of satisfaction. You'll really see it. It's quite good to colour it in because you don't see it fully with the blank, so you can see how the levels change of satisfaction of the areas of your life. It really helps to show you the different sections that are more towards fulfillment and more towards dissatisfaction. And it's keep going through them. So you're going to do your line, percentage, box it and colour it in. And it's when you get to reflect and look at this, or when you're working with a client, that you can actually see what areas sometimes take over a client's life, or what areas need work. And you don't have to always work on the one that's at the lowest level, because someone might be 70% in their career and they might want to immediately get to 100% or 90%. They might want to work there, but just because something's low, you don't have to work on it first. But even in those areas that are lower, keep colouring in, keep going down. The areas that are lower, you can then plan on how to improve those areas. And for some people, just seeing that as a reflection, as a snapshot, just makes them have some shifts anyway on how they're living their lives. So keep going down. So your sheet should start to get full. You're going across the columns. I'm now in mental health and wellbeing. Go to where you've marked the percentage, draw a line with your coloured pen, box it in like you have been, and colour it in. And you're going to get an idea, a clear idea on so many different areas now of your life. Just scribble it in as quickly as you need to, so that you can see what's going on in your life, how satisfied you are. And don't panic with what comes up for you, because the point of this is to gear you up towards change, because it's your life. You can take control, you can make choices, you can take action to make things improve or to make things change for the better. And this, if it's looking disastrous for you, or if you're feeling unfulfilled, it's only an exercise to help you. There's so many steps that you can take to make things better, or to change things, or to release and let go of the things that are no longer serving you. This is just a reflection tool. Now, we've looked, as you're colouring in, I'm just talking, we've looked, keep going down through the sections, at so many different areas of your life, from family, personal relationships, well-being and health. You can use this tool for anything. You can use it for your business. You can use it for your relationship. All you need is, you don't even have to do nine columns. You can do 6. You could do 15. You just write down different things. So if you're doing it for your business, you might look at what's important to you. Money might be one thing. Service might be another thing. Enjoyment, your skills, your working environment. You just write the list, and then you go across and mark it in terms of satisfaction. Because again, as you're colouring this in, again, it gives you that feedback about where you are with your business, your life, even in your relationship, what's important to you in your relationship, communication, your physical relationship, enjoyment, happiness, communication, whatever. You can write all of those things in your list, and you can mark them. Are you happy and fulfilled with the communication? Are you having a sense of fun in your relationship? Are you physically fulfilled? You can look at those areas, because then you've got something to work from and work towards. So once you've coloured it in, take your time, pause if you need to, you will have a reflection, a snapshot of your life looking something like this. Okay? So that's for different areas of your life, and you can see, if you're looking at the screen now at mine, how they're all at different levels. So some of those are quite fulfilled and satisfied, and some of those are dissatisfied or in the middle. That really gives you an idea of where you are in your life. Okay, take your time, colour them in if you want to. You don't have to do it neatly. And then we can look back when you're ready, moving on to the next section on those areas and what they mean and what you can do to change and improve them. Okay, so when you're ready, let's continue. So you've hopefully completed your satisfaction matrix now, and you've got your chart. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through mine because this is where I am today at these areas of my life, and I'm going to talk to you, and you'll be able to look at your own and see where you are and what that means to you, and the things that you can do, or the things that you might need to change to improve on those areas, or to keep them at the level that they're at. So for me, current job, professional career, working in personal well-being, for me, it's at 85%. It's an area of fulfillment, and it's been in that area for a long time. At 85 because I know, like I said before, there's more things that I want to do, and those things will keep fulfilling me. But I can also look at those areas of my job, and I could write a list, and you might want to do this whatever level that you're at. It's probably a good thing to do actually at the level that you're at. What is in that channel, that row, that is making you feel fulfilled? So I can now, to mind, think of so many things in my job that make it 85%. So even if you're at 20%, what is making that 20%? Okay. Now, wherever you are, let's stick with the 20%. If you're at 20%, then which is quite dissatisfied. Where would you like that percentage to be for your job? At 40, 60, 90? So have an idea, think about where you would like that percentage to be. And what does life at that percentage look like? What's happening? How are you living? What are you doing? What's going on at that increased percentage? Okay, so moving down, personal relationship. I'm in my personal relationship and I feel like I'm at 80%. So I've coloured in at 80%. Again, it's satisfied, but there's always things in relationships, and in my personal relationship, there's things that we're working on, things that I'm aware of that I need to work on. And again, this gives me an idea of the things that are working. But in that space, I'm now going to, I would, for wherever you are, plan ahead in that space of improvement. What could you do to improve your personal relationship? What action could you take? What could you do to make things better? We put so much emphasis on the other person, that they need to change or that they need to do more, but how could you interact with that person? Because your reaction always determines their response. So your actions always determine their response. So what could you do? And then again, look at the areas in your life that you know, so you know that you're really at that level. What's making you feel fulfilled? What makes me feel at 80% in those in my relationship? And yes, write them down. I can see them. I'm going to go through this quite quickly. Okay, so here's a change. Family. So you can see fulfilled in job and career, quite fulfilled, heavily, highly up in relationship. Family comes right down. Family for me is in, I would say it's more towards dissatisfied, reaching into the middle. And that's because, so you can see how things are working. So much of my time goes into career, so much of my time goes into relationship, but then I'm looking at my life and family. So I know it needs work. It needs more time. So again, now I'm starting to look at where I can increase that percentage, that level of fulfillment. So I know it needs more work and it needs more time. And think about wherever you are. I know for me that time is actually quite enjoyable, but it's making the time, making the effort to do it. And there's people in relationships within my family that I need to work with and work on to make things better and more productive. So again, it's giving me insights into the things that I need to do to increase the levels. And that might be the same for you. What do you need to do to make it a higher level of fulfillment? What needs to change? What needs to happen? What do you need to let go of? Okay. Money and finances, 65% I put down. Yeah, I'm quite fulfilled with where they are, but I would like more. And knowing that I want more, again gives me clarity over the work that I need to do, the ideas that I need to have, the things that it just gives you so much more because you have a clear picture. Working with people on their money, so many people have money blocks over where they are financially because they don't have an idea of what they need, what they want. Everyone kind of says, I want more, but what are you going to do with that money? What is it going to give you? Is it going to bring you more trouble? Is it going to bring you more problems? Is it going to bring you more opportunity? Get clear on the figure that you want by looking at the area that you're at. If your money is in dissatisfaction, you will need to take action and steps to increase that level of satisfaction. Think of the things that you need to do or can do. And if you're feeling stuck, then really think about if it's, maybe you set the level too high for the money that you want. So maybe you need to bring the level down of the money that you want, and maybe your satisfaction level will go up. So play around, see how it looks. Physical health, diet and exercise, again, it comes down into the middle area for me. It's 45%, and that's down to time. Time, because I'm so busy with my work, so busy with my relationships, and the family then suffers. Money's good, but then the physical health and exercise is kind of in the middle. But it gives me ground to plan to take action, plan with time, to dedicate time to fitness, to eating better, to having more exercise. And then I can look at the benefits of the exercise, the benefits of eating healthy. What's it going to do for my body? What's it going to do for my health? What's it going to do for my life? And you can increase that list as you go through it, okay? So you can kind of see how something like this works. It just gives you a whole snapshot. Mental health and emotional well-being, my complete favourite areas. It's what I do. It's what I love. You can never stop learning, growing, and evolving personally, spiritually. It's amazing. So I'm at 85%. I probably actually would have put that lower because I feel fulfilled. I feel like I'm in control of my life, especially in my mind, from all of the skills that I've learned, the skills and tools that I get to use with clients. I know that they work, but there's so much more out there to experience and to learn. There's so much more for me to do with my meditation practice to increase that. There's so much more personal growth on how I work in business, how I work with people, how I work with my family. It all interlinks, but I feel quite fulfilled. Now, if yours is low, what can you do? What options do you have to improve your mental health? What have you been doing that makes that percentage? And just by looking at what you have been doing, you might realize that you need to do it more, because it all comes down to your choices, your actions that you take to direct the life, to direct the journey of your life the way that you want it to go in. Okay, friends and community, again, is in the middle because I could do with more time. But time for me, it's that's a choice. So maybe I need to work on my choices, have more balance between work and friends and community. Ongoing education. I kind of jumped ahead with both. I linked it with mental health and emotional well-being. So this is quite interesting. It's the ongoing education, self-help, learning, training, losing the line, which has given me the mental health and emotional well-being that I really feel feeds that. But then also having a job that I love doing feeds that, and a good relationship feeds that. So you can see how they all interlink. They might interlink for you, they might not. Moving down to hobbies, fun, travel. Again, for me, it's in the dissatisfied because there's so many things I want to do, so many things I want to try, but other areas take over. So this gives you a complete snapshot. My last one was sense of adventure, which is so low, 15%. And that's something I really want to fulfill and do more of and have more adventures. So that's the satisfaction matrix right there. That's mine today, present, the satisfaction matrix. And take your time, go through each area, looking at it and seeing how you are, where things sit for you, and you can ask yourself, what would 100% look like? And when you look at 100%, you can then look at, well, what are the things that I need to do to make it 100% or even 200%? What would it look like off the scale? And then even at 100%, actually imagine yourself there in that place and see what you see and hear what you hear and feel how that feels to be there. Does it feel comfortable for you? Is it what you want in your life to be at that 100%? Does it bring more challenges, more pressure, or does it bring fulfillment? This is what this is about. Will it fulfill you? And for some of you at those levels, for different areas of your lives, you might find that you realize there's things that need to change to get to that level, or to make yourself feel more fulfilled, or things that need adapting, or other things that you need to try to do to bring that level up. Okay. What else could we look at? Or just where would you like the percentage to be? That's a good question. Let's look at mine. So for hobbies, fun, travel, I'm at I was going to say 35. I'm at around about 30%. I'd like it to be at least 50. So I know that now I'm thinking to get it to 50, what do I need to do on a weekly basis to have more fun, and to travel, and to feel a bit more enjoyment instead of just, because I can see I'm more work orientated and personal development oriented. So I can see some of the things that I need to do, or the time that I need to use, because that's what this tool does. Okay, so I hope you found it valuable. Take your time, rewind over the steps if you need to go back, and just, you can use this for anything. This tool, like I said earlier, if you want to do it for your relationship, simply just fill out the columns and mark where you are in your relationships, or just for your business where you are. Or if you've got a hobby that you have that takes up so much of your time, you can look at that hobby and see how fulfilled that is from all the different areas that it gives you. Okay, so you can do this. You can do this tutorial video as many times as you need to. This is just an example of something that I do with clients as and when they need it. And I would take this further, then I would coach them through each step of where they're in their life, just to make sure that there's no challenges or risks there, and to really check that they're fulfilled. Or we'd look at the areas that they want to work on. That's how one of these model works. That gives you an idea of what coaching can be like, what coaching is. You can try the other sections on my site that come under the free informative sections. They're the videos, they're the material that's there. And look out for the courses section on my site, because like this, through video tutorials, there'll be courses coming up, or they might already be on the site now, that you can enroll on and do them in your own time, and work with me like this to move you through areas of your life to get you to the place where you want to be. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that. If you've got any feedback, just email me, get in touch, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.